morning. It is Monday and it's day one of my reverse, so I thought I would show you what I'm eating on a training day, because I am going to go and train today. Whether it'll be any good, because I'm quite tired, I don't know. However, I think it'll be good for my head to just get in there and do something. So the first meal that's going in, and something that we're keeping, is the pre-workout oats. I've got up that a bit earlier to make sure that I get them in and can cook them and they can settle a little because they've gone up. So my first meal, I'm looking on the fridge because that's where I've put it, is 60 grams of oats, a banana, 20 grams of Biscoff and 20 grams of whey. It looks as though all my days are like high days now, which is quite nice, although we are trying to keep it tight because I've got a photo shoot on Friday that I want to look my best for. I won't look as good as on stage, but if I stick to this, I won't look shit. I've done a check-in this morning. I am another kilo up on yesterday, but I'm sure that that's just the extra food, not in my usual. It's not going to be body fat. It's just a bit of inflammation, a bit of water, extra carbs, because there was extra carbs. We need to keep things tight for Friday, particularly, and not make this harder for myself in terms of watching my body weight go up. So yeah, I'll wait and see what Amy says. I literally recorded everything that I ate yesterday and post-show, just for a bit of accountability for me. So I also sent that over to her, not that she asked for it or will want it. My body did not like what I was doing to it yesterday, even though I only had like a roast dinner, a couple of treats. It was not happy, I'll put it that way. So I'll just wait for these to cook and then we'll go and train upper. We are going to have a bit of a revamp of my training plan at some point. I need to go in this week and literally like find the equipment that I want to use to work on my feedback from PCA, from, now I don't really give feedback unless you go and ask for it, but you know what we need to improve on. It's these, it's my glutes, it's my abs, it's more, just more muscle everywhere, which is what I want as well. So to the hob. That's a lot of Biscoff. That's 20 grams of Biscoff. I don't know whether I need that much Biscoff at this time, but I'll eat it and enjoy it. Okay, so that training session wasn't actually that bad and I still managed to push it a little bit. Not to failure, but trying some new weights out. So post-workout now is 70 grams of low-fat cereal. So I'm having not Frosties. 40 grams of whey and 3 grams of creatine. So it's just basically my old high day post-workout, but with an extra 10 grams of protein. Please excuse the washing machine still. It just has no boundaries. I have just made up my next meal, which is 80 grams of chicken and salad in a wrap. I've also just made up my creamy for later on today, my training day one, and I've also just made up my non-training day one, and they are slightly different. We're trying banana in it, which is a bit of me, like so me. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that's gone. If it doesn't work out, that's fine. I made one yesterday for myself and it was nice. This has got less Biscoff in it and less banana in it, so I don't know whether I'm going to enjoy it. I might be better off having the 100 grams of berries on a meal on a training day, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes and whether it's actually nice. But I think the non-training day one is going to be banging because that's got a whole banana in it and 20 grams of whey with my banoffee whey. So we shall see. But I'm doing a little bit of tweaking and tinkering. Amy has fed back to me and she's dead happy with where we're at, as I thought she would be. Not a lot's changed, to be honest. My weight is up, but she can't see where it is, so that's always nice. Spoken to her about my photo shoot this weekend and going to stay with Andy's family, and if I'm all right to have an off-plan meal, and she's fine with it. I just need to be smart with it, which is what I would have done anyway, because it's just not, it's not worth it this close. I want to start trying to reintroduce pasta into my diet because I can have rice or pasta as part of my meals, But I just think with me having this photo shoot on Friday, let's not risk it. We know that rice digests very well, and we'll stick with that for another week. It really isn't that big a deal. Maybe I'll make myself some for Saturday, Sunday. But yeah, I'm feeling good about it so far. People saying that their reverses are going really well when they're like 2 days post-show, but that really isn't long enough to know whether things are going well post-show. This phase is, you know, a good 8 weeks long of reintroducing things into your diet and reversing out of show condition if you're doing it properly. So it's far too soon to tell, but the meals are nice. I'm enjoying them, and I'm looking forward to having this wrap. So I've got a meeting now, well, I'll have it after that. This is a fantastic contrast. My meetings are overrunning like fuck today, and I am behind on my meals, which is not ideal. I am starving, but only because my meeting's overrun by like half an hour here, half an hour there. So this is the first meal that I've had since 11:30, and it's now 20 to 4. So that is quite normal. I'm not worried about the hunger. But I've got 80 grams of chicken, 125 grams of rice, and some mixed veg that I've just lobbed a bit of 0-calorie teriyaki sauce and some salt on. And I'm gonna hoof this down me just to try and get ahead on the rest of my meals, because I've got mince, rice and sauce going in. I've got oats going in and chocolate and all sorts. So fucking hell, first day of reverse is going great, and I am backed up. But it is what it is, whatever. Rather be full than fucking starving, hey? I'm back again at 5:10 because I've just finished a meeting, and it's another food update, it's another meal update. This is meal 3. I say it's meal 3. Technically, it's meal 5 if you count my pre-workout and post-workout meals. This is exactly the same as the meal that I've had throughout prep and throughout off-season. It is 100 grams of 5% mince, it's 125 grams of rice, and it is 100 grams of a low-fat pasta sauce. In prep, I was bulking this out with green veg. I've got green veg in, but I actually can't be arsed right now. I just want to get this in and nip out and run a couple of errands before I go out for a little walk, and then I can have a chatty catch up. But I just need to get this in and out to the shops before they shut, because it's been that kind of day. I've just been doing a couple of returns. We bought Maggie a fucking like indestructible dog toy for the garden, and she's frightened of it. So I've returned that, and I've just taken my titty stuffing back to Hobbycraft because in the end I didn't need to use it. What a sad return that was. But yeah, today I'm so tired, and I've just been riding the high of the weekend and not been able to concentrate on anything else. I've had so many messages from friends, comments, like friends on Facebook, people I haven't spoken to for ages, friends on Instagram, people I don't know on Instagram, like comments, messages, people liking some of the posts and some of the photos that I've put up. I've had a couple of messages from different brands that have been really kind and wanted to send me some stuff, which is lovely. And I've just been overwhelmed completely. I just feel so bloody grateful for everything, and I feel really focused and motivated at the minute. Not that really massively slips, but this time last week I was in the bin getting to this show, and I just feel very proud that I made it, and made it in the way that I did. Like, I can't get over it. I'm just so happy. So happy, but very, very tired. Amy didn't originally give me a step goal. She's been very lax on there, with good reason. She doesn't want me to overdo it. She has kept my training in because she knows I want to. Whereas with other clients, she would have taken that out. The training and everything is still in at this point. I'm just not going to failure. So I'm leaving some reps in reserve until we get through a little bit further into my reverse. Steps, she just said, you know, just lifestyle steps. And I was like, lifestyle steps for me, I need a step goal. So I've set my own at 8 to 10K because that will keep my head ticking over. She's also given me some optional cardio of 25 minutes times 3. I do like to keep cardio in, so I will go and do that. But the fact that it is optional, like today, I didn't have time. I didn't have time. I got up late and I wanted to get my training in before work, and I didn't make time for that cardio because I prioritise my sleep. Now, if I get to bed early tonight and get up and do it in the morning, yeah, probably will fit that in. But the fact that that is an optional one is quite nice at the moment and will probably help my head as we go through the reverse. But yeah, I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling good and just reveling in what I've done. There's no like want to go and do another show or anything like that, which I felt, because I've felt so well up until last week fucking did me in, but as soon as the carbs went back in, it was fine. But with other seasons, because I've not got a placing at the end of the season, or, you know, I've not placed as highly as I would have wanted to, but didn't particularly deserve to. You know, it's not about what you want, it's about what you've kind of earned, I guess, at the end of the day. I will not be able to top what's just happened, so there's no like want to go and do another show. I'm very, very happy to kind of finish on that high and where I've left it for a little while. So I just feel very, very content. There's no unfinished business stuff for this season at all, and I think that's so nice and so healthy for me. Tonight I would like to, if I get time, sort out my cruise nails and maybe put like a milky white or a milky pink on there for my photo shoot on Friday. I'm gonna tan remove and we'll see how that goes. I think this one's going to be a bit patchier. I did moisturize last night before bed, but I think this one will come off patchy, but it'll come off well. Does that even make sense? I'm not sure. But I'm going to go and get about, what steps am I on? I'm on about 4.5, so I'm going to go and get a nice little walk around the block, a little trundle, and go and crack on with some of that. I managed to turn the house around yesterday and do all the washing that I needed to do and tidy up and tidy away like my show day shit and all of that stuff. So everything just feels very clean, tidy, put back, no chaos, and just calm. And I'm looking forward to chilling out tonight once I've hopefully managed to do some of those things. I've got a lot of food to eat when I get home, so which I don't feel particularly uncomfortable about at the minute because the look's still maintaining. All I care about is making sure that I look as good as I can 1 week post show for my photo shoot on Friday, and then I'm quite happy to get myself back to a healthier look. She says at this point, ask me in a couple of weeks when it's probably becoming a bit of a struggle, but as long as I stick to my reverse as well as I possibly can, I won't look shit. I'm back, and guess what? I'm fucking eating again. Just made 30 grams of oats. There's no way in this, there's no way in this meal. And actually, there's probably a better way for me to make this all together with the creamy ingredients as well. But now I've split it just until like I'm happy with where everything's going. Now, I was sent this Supreva powder from the owner of the brand to test. I think Isabel sent me it a couple of weeks ago or a week ago, and because I was in the run-up to the British and the Universe actually, so yeah, it will be a couple of weeks ago, I didn't want to try it and risk any
bloating or anything like that, because sometimes some of these kind of flavour powders and stuff like that can cause a little bit of bloating. Didn't want to take the risk. Now, per 1.5 grams, there are 4 calories in this, and this is butter biscuit flavour. Now, apparently it's very strong and you don't need much of it at all. It says mix 1.5 grams of powder, half scoop, with 200 grams of yogurt or other products such as oats. Now, this is not a large amount of oats, so I'm going to put in literally this much, and I'm just going to see how it goes. I'm far enough away from my photo shoot to, you know, pull back any bloating if I don't like it, or it doesn't like me, more importantly. But I haven't tried this yet, so this is a live taste test. But I think there's 2 flavours currently because it's a new product. Oh, it fucking smells nice. I did tell Isabel I'm an honest gal, and if there's something that I don't like, I will not endorse it and pretend. It is very sweet. I'm not getting a whole like buttery biscuitness in that amount that I've put in, so I'm gonna probably ruin this for myself now. It's one of them products that I think is going to take a little while to get right, but it doesn't taste super synthetic. I have a problem with like flavour powders and syrups, any kind of diet hacking stuff, that you get that really weird synthetic-y taste after. Okay, so that was the perfect amount. That's actually really good. If you're not having whey in your porridge and like you've got a meal without it, it's pretty good. That tastes just like the Oats So Simple, like maple kind of oats. Sapriva flavour powder, and that's in butter biscuit flavour. I'm unimpressed with that. I think it comes in like a chocolate brownie flavour as well, but that is ideal for this meal where I just want a little kick of flavour. I'm going to put it in a big bowl now, and it's going to look really, really sad because it's not a whole lot of oats. I'm going to put a little bit of salt on. I will take out my recycling. I promise. And then I've already weighed out 20 grams of dark chocolate. Now, Amy did say it's not the worst thing if my Easter egg chocolate went in there. At the minute, I've got loads of dark chocolate from show days, so that is my really sad bowl of oats. But I'm going to have this, and then I'll have my creamy in about an hour. And I just wanted to leave that an extra hour because I didn't end up making it until 12:30. And I think it's going to be disappointing from that standpoint. I've done a very loose tan removal, although everywhere else it seems okay. It's just very grabby on my legs, my hands and my feet, which isn't dissimilar from how it was last week. However, the base coat Pro Tan that I did, the first coat, Andy did for me, went on great and covered it all up. So I'm quite confident that another layer of Pro Tan for my photo shoot will be absolutely fine no matter how patchy it is. I've just made up my creamy, which is very sad and a bit sloppy because I just made it too late, but I've already made my non-training day one, and I will make tomorrow's training day one tonight, so it should be completely fine tomorrow. But there is 10 grams of peanut butter on top, there's 10 grams of Biscoff in it, there's half a banana, 150 grams of yogurt. I think that's it. If I've forgotten anything, I'll put it down below. But yeah, that is my first day of my reverse food. It's not all that exciting, is it? But there's a lot more of it. Good morning. It is Tuesday and I'm feeling relatively good. I am so fucking tired. I really need an early night of just doing nothing. Last night, after I had that last meal, I did a tan removal. I did like a baby oil soak to try and get some of this off. Moisturised again this morning. I did my nails and took off my cruise red. which didn't really need to happen last night, but it gives me more restful evenings going into the end of the week for my photo shoot. And I need to prioritise sleep for this in the same way that I've been doing it for prep, and peak weeks. So that is going to be my priority this week. But I trained quads and delts this morning, and that was my first quad session since the 29th of April. Oh, so is that 5 or 6 days before my first show of the season, and it was humbling. I didn't go too heavy. All of my training at the minute is reps in reserve until Amy tells me I can go full bollock, and at the minute, with me feeling this tired, it just was never going to happen anyway. I wasn't going to have an amazing session, but I managed some all right weights, and I managed to either maintain where I was at on the 29th or push it for more reps or a little bit more weight on. Nothing crazy, but I enjoyed it. I love training quads, and I'm excited to get back into growing. That is still a little way off, because this next kind of 6 to 8 weeks is all about recovery and creating a healthy space for that growth. I'm still extremely lean. That's not going to change overnight. I'm not going to have any major progress right now. My calories are up. My body is in a better place for it. If you remember, my period is gone, so that is something that we are prioritising now to try and get back. The food that I'm on at the moment is just trying to keep things tighter whilst I've got my photo shoot on Friday, and then we will push up a little bit harder. But I found out last night that my calories on a training day, high day throughout prep, were still around 2,000. And I'm absolutely blown away by the condition that I've been able to achieve on that. And it makes me excited for future preps when I've got more muscle mass, how much easier it should be going into that. I've just had such a good prep. Last week nearly tipped me over the edge, but it was 1 week, one more week to go. I could push through it. If my entire prep had felt like that, fuck me, I'd have had to throw in the towel, because that was not fun. If you're on prep and you're constantly complaining about it and you think it's shit and you're having to drag yourself out of bed every day to get it done, what are you doing it for? You've got to really enjoy and want the challenge. And I did, and I'm buzzing. And it just, the way that my prep was executed and everything that I've achieved and how I've felt throughout it makes me genuinely excited for future ones. And I just think I'm in a really, really good position with how I'm coached. Everything makes me excited. First quads and delts session. Humbling, but felt really nice to do it. And the reason why quad sessions have been out is because it's extremely taxing. Training legs is taxing. You won't ever be training legs too close to a show day. You can hold a lot of inflammation from leg training, lower training. And if you think about the detail that you want to show in your quads, you can lose some of that to inflammation. So you will not have, a decent leg session in before a show. And because my shows were back to back, it's just easier to take it out. There was still some lower training, but not quads. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. Tomorrow's a rest day, thank fuck. And I do genuinely really, really need a rest. I did think about having a deload this week, but actually it's been good to get in there and just move. I have got optional cardio in my plan, which is 25 minutes times 3. Have I done any? No. Maybe that'll start next week when I just feel a little bit more recovered, but I haven't done any of that cardio this week because I am just very, very tired. I might go and get some in before work tomorrow, but then again, I might just prioritise a little bit more rest and staying in bed an extra 25 minutes because that's what my body needs right now. It's the Tuesday where I've got the all staff call, which is good, means I can get out and get some more steps in because I've done 3,379. So it's looking good for getting steps in today and just making sure that they're in a good spot and less to do later on, which I could really, really do with, to be honest. I have just received this in the post from RP Peptides. How nice of them. They've also sent me some BPC 157. I'm going to do my research and double check, but I'm absolutely positive that this is a recovery peptide. Obviously it's an injectable. I am absolutely sure that one of my friends has used this post-surgery for just faster recovery and stuff, which is why they've sent me it post-prep, which is really, really nice of them. I'm going to pop that in the fridge. Tell you what, I'm enjoying these freebies. How bloody nice of people. I've never ever been sent like freebies post-show, or just like in a competing season. And that, along with the Supreva supplements, I'm receiving some bits from SPB over the next few days. I'm just so fucking grateful. It's so, so nice. I feel like a proper influencer. But I will let you know whether I feel any kind of difference from taking that peptide. I'm going to message Amy and just let her know that I've been sent it. We can just talk through dosages and stuff because, you know, I'm not going to be a twat. And I want to make sure that before I do anything like that, I've had the chat basically. I've been posting on my Instagram stories today a bit of a full day of eating, like I did yesterday on here, of all my meals. Now, I posted about the whole Frosties infatuation and whether anyone has found like a good supermarket own brand alternative for Frosties, because cereal's fucking expensive, man. Apparently Sainsbury's own at 99p and not £3.50 is the tits and the closest. Lots of people recommended it, so if you too are a Frosties slut, now you know where to go. I'll taste test that this week. I am so bloody knackered, which I suppose I should have expected, but it's catching up with me, and I need to make sure that I look my best for the photo shoot this Friday. What makes me look and feel my best is a decent night's sleep. Good morning, it is Wednesday. I'm feeling a little bit more alive, but I wouldn't say I feel great. What time did I go to bed last night? About 9:30 after I'd washed my hair and dried it. And yeah, I'm just beat, and I should have probably assumed that I would be after such a busy month. Maybe book some more time off, but I'm not exactly doing full weeks at work at the minute and haven't throughout May, so I just thought that was taking the piss a little bit. Not that work wouldn't let me, but I'm just like, well, you know, I need that holiday allowance for months other than May. So I'm just making up my food for the day, and I'm on my new non-training day food. So basically, my high days through that latter stage of prep, when I started carb cycling, have formed my baseline for pushing my food up, because those were my higher calorie days. For meal one, we've got 60 grams of oats, 30 grams of whey. Usually that's 20, but 30 grams of whey. I've got 100 grams of berries. I've got 20 grams of dark chocolate, and I've got 10 grams of peanut butter, and I'll take my scales with me. So that is meal one, which should keep me nice and full with all that yummy stuff on top. I've got a chicken wrap, which I've just made up and put in some foil. That is a wrap with 80 grams of chicken, salad, 20 grams of light mayo. I am pleased to have the wraps back. They are quite nice. 80 grams of chicken, stir fry veg meal. 125 grams of rice. Don't know why I said that like that. That's okay. Beep boop robot. 120 grams of 5% beef, and I've just chucked some spinach on there for health and to try and get my fucking bowels moving because I am backed up. So they're the meals that I'm taking to work, but when I come home, I've got a creamy made up, which is 100 grams of 0% yogurt. See, I'm reading off the fridge. 20 grams of whey, 1 banana. That is all in a creamy. And then I've also got 60 grams of oats, 20 grams of peanut butter, and 10 grams of Biscoff. So that'll be nice. I will probably use my flavour powder in that bowl of oats again, because I haven't got any whey in there, and that is actually really good for adding a little bit of flavour when I haven't got any whey. Other things that I am also taking to work, so I'm not caught out if like the hunger hits today and I cannot do anything about it. I won't do anything about it anyway, I'll just ride on through. I'm packing a couple of jellies to just trick my mind into me eating something. I've got a Coke Zero. I'm also packing a little oatmeal so I can have some more coffees with no unsweetened almond in it. When you are cutting down your calories and you are still able to have a little bit of something you like the Nespresso, it's so funny how your body is like, yeah, unsweetened almond milk is absolutely fine. This is completely normal. I don't feel any different. It's not shit, but it's not oat milk. You and your brain in prep just convince yourself that it's fine. And it was fine. I was very grateful to have it because in my first prep, I just had black coffee. That was not me. I'm not a black coffee girl. Wish I was, but I ain't. I don't think I ever could be anyway, because I love whitening my teeth, and that just seems very counterproductive. If you drink black coffee and you've managed to keep your teeth white and bright, please tell me how. Because that sounds like a toothpaste or treatment that I need in my life. Right, I'm going to go and get Maggie out of bed and let her out and sort her out. And then I'm going to go to the office. I just don't want to travel anywhere this week. I've done so many miles over the last month. My get up and go for travel anywhere has got up and fucking gone. I can't be asked. Do I go and get a cold brew on the way? Maybe. The best thing about having to go to Mansfield twice a week is the cold brew and the volume of them. That is a large, and it was like £3 with oat milk. But they've stopped doing their sugar-free vanilla, so I packed my own, which I'm going to put in my work bag today because I think several coffees are going to be required. Tell you what, I knew it was going to happen, but I am paying for that quad session yesterday and I didn't really feel like I did anything. Like, it was pure reps in reserve and going steady, and still I'm like, oh. I'm on my lunchtime walk and I was just thinking to myself how nice it is to just actually enjoy going for a walk. Like, don't get me wrong, I did every single step that I was required to on prep. And realistically, 13 to 14,000 was as high as they got. And I've had to do much higher in a prep before. So it wasn't really that bad. They only ever felt shit and tedious and I didn't want to do them in those back-to-back peak weeks. Because you taper off your steps towards show day, like the day before you're doing 5 to 6k max, and on show day you're doing as little as possible. When they shoot back up to 14,000, you can't be fucking arsed. Because you've got used to doing less and less, and you've enjoyed doing less and less. But now, because they're only at 8 to 10, like, I want to do them. I want to go out for that walk. I enjoy going out for a walk. Funny creatures. So yeah, I'm just popping to the shop on my lunch break, gonna grab a bottle of Volvic.
the hunger is still not setting in. I've actually had to be more conscious today of eating a meal when I wasn't hungry, because I know that I've got 2 more meals to have with me at work, and then I've got a creamy and a big bowl of oats to eat later, which is bizarre. That's like off season. Still looking all right. My goal for the photo shoot was still to have my abs and keep condition in my legs and my hamstrings. And I don't think I look all that different to show day, to be honest, which I expected. My food didn't take a huge bump up. It bumped up, yes, but will be bumping up more from tomorrow, I imagine. So I've got no reason to like dread my first check-in. I've done everything that I was supposed to. Obviously I checked in on Monday, but that was like an immediate after show one. But this is back to my weekly check-in. My midweek check-ins will still continue for as long as I need them to, or Amy feels we need them to. And I can go to having more check-ins a week if I need to, but it's not there. You'll always find that first timers might need that little bit of extra support, and that's not me coming from a place I'm looking down on first timers, but it is all very new. Needed that in my first season, whereas I know what to expect, I know what I'm doing, and things just feel very comfortable this time around. And there hasn't been any struggles with like raging hunger or feeling like I was gonna dive headfirst into a cheesecake or anything. I am allowed a meal on Friday with Andy's family, and I've specifically asked to go somewhere where there's a lot of choice on the menus. I originally wanted to go to an Indian, and I said I'd love that, trust me I would, but that's going to make me really poorly. And although it's things that I've been eating, so I could choose beef and rice, chicken and rice, there's so many fats and oils and stuff in Indian food, and my body's just too sensitive to that right now. That will put me in a world of pain. So we're going somewhere, an Italian, loads of stuff on the menu. I can choose something lower calorie. I'll probably just have a steak or something. Good morning, it is Thursday. My hair's fucking crazy. I'm enjoying having it back. I've done my check-in this morning, so the second post-show check-in and getting back into my weekly check-ins. Dead on 60 kilo, so I'm up, I think, 0.5 from my Monday check-in, which is a steady rate of gain and what I would have expected. It is really weird looking at the scales, watching them go up, and a little bit sad. But they're not going up rapidly. I imagine with the plans that I have over the next couple of weeks, I will see a steadier increase in them. But as long as I am looking tighter for my photo shoot tomorrow, then I'm okay with it. I'm a little bit gutted that my abs just do not seem to be appearing in my check-in this morning. But also, I was fasted with no water in me, and we all know I look better with fluid in me. Tomorrow I will take with me a bit of pre-workout and a couple of sweets just to kind of get the kind of pump that I would backstage. But I'm not going to go mental because obviously body is incredibly sensitive right now and I am having a lot more food. I've tried using my metallic like spotlight eye liquid shadow that I use for stage on my eyes this morning in obviously a much lesser amount, so I can just see whether this is a good kind of photo shoot but not crazy look for tomorrow. I'm looking forward to doing my makeup for that. I think I'm going to use my tapes again as well and just go for something neutral but sharp.
I think anyway, because it needs to suit a gym photo shoot, but also I'm going to whack my bikini on as well. Got a little Dunkin', which I'm enjoying in the car before I start work. I've just pulled up at this Tesco is fucking massive. Isn't it weird that as you get older you can really appreciate a big Tesco? The Tesco Extra at Mansfield is fucking enormous. I've only just recently discovered it, so what a game changer that is for my life. I'm in my leadership course all day today, which is kind of nice because I'm still so fucking tired. I'm so sorry for repeating myself, but I am knackered. My sleep score, my sleep quality has been quite good this week, but it just doesn't feel like it's doing anything. I'm getting to bed between 9 and 9:30. And like I've said, really trying to look after my sleep in this reverse to give myself the best fighting chance of sticking to it. And I wake up every morning, I feel like I've not slept. Oh God. One of the things that I do is I cut off my water intake at 9. I cut it off slightly earlier last night so that when I went to bed at 9:30 and went to sleep, I wouldn't need to get up. I still needed to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning for a wee. So that is just going to be a bit of trial and error to try and make sure that I'm getting the best quality sleep possible. Do you know what? I've done a lot of shows back to back. I've had a very, very busy May. I would expect to be somewhat tired over the next couple of weeks. Last night, I didn't pick up the camera again after work because I got home, I was double parked on 2 meals, had to have a very big bowl of oats and a creamy, which, by the way, was the best fucking one I've ever made. Oh my God. I'm such a banana banoffee slut, and that was chef's kiss. It was so, so good. The banoffee trained by JP way, I think, makes it. So if you haven't got that, I don't know whether it's going to taste the same, but it's so good. So, so good. But yeah, I was double parked. So I got in, I ate, and then I started getting myself ready for photo shoot stuff again by doing another tan removal and exfoliation. So it is... It's looking marginally better, but is it really? Like, fucking hell. I'm going to use Pro Tan tomorrow, but I'll do just one coat and then wash it off. It's a lovely, like, night out tan, photo shoot tan, if you just do the one coat and wash it off. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to just tarting myself up a little bit and covering up where I've got some layering. But that is the good thing about using Pro Tan. You can be really, really accurate with it. And after this Pro Tan, I'll probably will part the Pro Tan for a little bit because I love having a deep tan, as you know. But Pro Tan is incredibly drying. It's not a good, like, weekly tan to use. So I will go back to using whatever the fuck I've got on the shelf because I can't remember the last time that I didn't use Pro Tan. The only problem with going to Dunkin' is that your straw just fucking disintegrates before your eyes. Because I use paper. Right, that's no longer working. Okay then. What I want to do today is get out on my lunch for my steps and do as many as possible, so I'm doing far less when I get home because I still need to nip to Sainsbury's on the way home for some birthday cards, mints, and oh my God, there was something else. Lashes. Like a more natural set of lashes than my show lashes because that's not going to suit a fitness photography shoot. So that is my day. I don't want to be doing steps when I get home, but considering they're between 8 to 10k, I probably shouldn't have to if I can get out on my lunch, and I am ready for walking in the rain. I'll feedback on what Amy says following this one. I think I'll get a food bump that will come from tomorrow. That was always the plan, was to trickle in some new food this week but not push it too hard before my photo shoot and then go for it afterwards. So I'm anticipating more food. The things that I've requested in my check-in following this first week of reverse are, I really want to adapt my training to the new gym. Basically, my training plan was based on what I had at Performance. So I've stuck with that and adapted it a little for Ultraflex, but I want to go full balls to the wall Ultraflex and really use it to my advantage to grow, especially in this sensitive state. I want to amend my meal 4, I want to amend my meal 4 on a rest day and a training day, because that sad little bowl of oats that you saw that was part of that meal 4, 30 grams of oats doesn't feel like worth putting the kettle on in this phase. So hopefully we'll get a little amendment to that. And my meal 4 on a rest day, just a bit dead. It's the same meal that I've had in prep, the beef rice and green veg. I have been putting a 0 calorie sauce on it, but it's just not enough to make that exciting. Do you know what I mean? So if I'm getting more food this week, I would like to see it placed there. I'm also back on my parking as far away as I can, which I obviously wasn't doing in peak week. By parking that bit further away, I have just done 600 steps as opposed to, I don't know, whatever the fuck I would have done without, but it gets a little extra in. I'm out on my lunchtime walk. I've put a fleece on because the conference room is fucking freezing, but everyone else is hot. I'm just constantly freezing because, you know, tiny. Supposed to be having like a networking lunch with the other people that are on my leadership course, but I've actually had to leave because I am so irritated by people asking me questions today that to them are like seemingly normal questions, and I know that there's no like shitty intention behind them. Like, I know there isn't. My mother-in-law asks me the same question and I know what she actually means. Are you eating normally now? No, if that isn't normal to you. I know that they mean, are you still dieting? What happens next? Ask what happens next. Don't ask me, and I've had this morning, can you have a cake now? When have you ever seen me eat a cake at work? I think I've eaten a cake once or twice max at work because the occasion called for it. Do you go back to your normal eating now? This is, my hair is pissing me off. Everything's pissing me off. The can you get back to like eating normally now, I know means, can you be a bit less restrictive? I know that's what it means. But what it does is sends a message that what I do isn't normal. To me, this is my normal. I'm just at some points eating a little bit more or a little bit less, but I'm still eating to a meal plan with the occasional off-plan meal, because food, yes, is there to be enjoyed, and I do love food, but people fucking overindulge. I used to. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm judgy or anything like that, but people tie too much worth and emotion to food when it'll always be there. This is my normal. I just eat more of it or less of it. And I love it. Every day, what I put in my body is pushing me a little bit further towards whatever goal I have at that time. Why would you not want to always be progressing and getting better? When these comments and when these questions start to come, I just don't want to be in the office anymore, because it's already uncomfortable watching your weight go back up. When people ask questions like, are you still training? Yeah, I fucking am. Like, just because you haven't seen the striations in my shoulders for a couple of weeks doesn't mean I'm not still working just as hard. Honestly, I'm also grumpy because I had a shit today. Oh, I'm pathetic, aren't I? But I'm tired. I haven't had a shit, and my tolerance for
arguably 2 personal questions as well. Asking people about their lifestyle choices, because that is personal to them when I don't really know them. I've got a colleague that's vegan on my team. I don't ever sit there and go, I'm going to change your name. Oh, Tina, do you fancy a fucking steak? No, Tina doesn't. Because she chooses not to eat that. I think I'm just in a bad mood because I've normally got more patience for this. But yeah, it's just fucking annoying. And I think it's worse when you are a bit sensitive about stuff in this phase. I'm going to do another blog post because that actually went down really well. Funnily enough, everyone's forgotten, you know, the message behind, you know, being mindful of what you ask and say. But, you know, I'll reiterate that and about how difficult this part of the process can be. Because I did this the other day. I did this as like a little activity with myself the other day, and arguably I shouldn't have done because my perspective is still fucked. Okay, so I look at myself at the moment at 60 kilos and I'm like, to me, this is how I look and is normal to me now because I've seen myself like this for so long. I look at myself at 86 kilos where we started this prep, and I look at that and go, that's fucking ridiculous. Why did I push my body fat up so high in my off season when I didn't really need to? But I was just having fun at the time. And all my social occasions meant that, you know, I wasn't really that arsed because prep was starting soon. I looked at myself as somewhere in the middle. I think it was last week. Trying to think about where I would happily like to sit, and I looked at myself at 70 kilos. At my wedding I was 76, so I know that I am comfortable at some point sitting there, but I looked at myself at 70 kilos and was like, oh no, needs to be leaner than that. Mental, absolutely mental. I remember being very happy with myself at 70 kilos when I was coming down. But my brain and my perception of myself is trashed at the moment. And it's just because this has been my normal for so long. I've held this composition for so long. So it will be harder this time in that sense. And I would just like to get ahead on making everybody aware because I am likely going to need the support from my circle, and whether that's at work, at home, my family and Andy get it, and they wouldn't ever comment. Whereas, you know, outside of that, where people don't understand it as well, and I perhaps haven't had the time or can explain it to them, or they've only gone through this experience with me the once, they don't know. So it's just being able to apply some time to that and help people learn and understand, because wouldn't you want to learn and understand rather than not know and make assumptions? That was the whole point of the first blog post, so we'll do that again. But man, I just need to get this course over with today and get out because I am Mardy. Anyway, in Happy Land, I've had some feedback from Amy, and she's pushed my food up a tiny touch on my sad 30-gram oat bowl that I get on my training day. I think I need to double check it and just see whether anything else has changed. But I know I could see from a glance that has gone from 30 to 50. And I need to listen to her voice note, which I will do now. If I didn't know any better, I'd think my period was returning today. I'm being a little cunt. Oh, someone was just being really rude to the lady on the self-service in Sainsbury's on my way home. And I was just like, can you just wait? Can you just wait like everyone else? Stop. Oh.
I'm being a little arsehole. And like I said, this kind of level of irritable is only usually reserved for menstrual things. But it's not. I just haven't gained enough weight for that yet. So I'm just being a cunt. I still haven't shit. That's probably it. Oh God, today I had every intention of doing what I'm eating, like full day of eating on my rest day. And I just got so mad by 9:23 that I fucked it off and was just like, right. I need to get home. Tonight's plan of action is full body shave, tan, cook some mince, eat, pack shit for the weekend. I'll do all of my meals and set that up tomorrow. But yeah, fuck. What else? I am just about to start getting started packing and sorting out outfits and trying them on for tomorrow. But I also just got back to SPB, that stands for Strong, Powerful, Brave, presented me with my award on Saturday, and they have sent me a couple of pairs of socks and this cute crop as well. Hold on, let me get it up. It's just a logo tee and then has that on the back. I just think it's so nice. Do you know what? I've never ever had people send me stuff ever in my life, and I just feel really, really grateful that people are reaching out and congratulating me. She sent me a little handwritten note. Hannah, I hope you like these. Congratulations on an incredible season. Here's to your future plans and all the success. Remember, strong, powerful, brave. Do not give up. I don't intend to. It's just really fucking cute, and I feel very overwhelmed by all the love that people are showing me, and just the outpouring of support since Saturday. It's just mental. It's just mental, and it still hasn't properly like sunk in or anything. Maybe it won't. Maybe it won't. British figure champion. Fuck me. Never in my wildest dreams. Well, no, they were my wildest dreams. I didn't think I would achieve that this season at all. Whoa. I have cried a lot this week. I'll probably still be doing that for a couple of months, so sorry. Good morning from a overly tanned person. It's Friday, it's photo shoot day. I am just back from a pull and ham session, which actually felt really good. Really good. I don't feel as tired today, and I'm hoping I'm over the worst of that. Last night I came back, sorted some shit out, sorted my outfits out. They do smell sweeter. Just making up my post-workout, and thought I would test the Sainsbury's own Frosties, Nazis, fraud flakes, I don't know, whatever you want to call them. But I'm having 70 grams of these, which is lovely. Man, I hope these are actually good and I've not just opened a new packet of something for no fucking reason. You'll all be extremely pleased to know that I took a huge shit last night. What is life? What is this channel? I'm so sorry. I'm looking forward to today. I think it's going to be fun. So the things that I need to do before we crack on is I obviously did my base coat of Protan last night, just the one. I went on thick with it, as you can probably tell, but I feel like this is good photo shoot vibes. Are we ready? These are 99p, so if these are good, then fucking hell. What a game changer, mate. Okay. They're certainly sweeter and better than Lidl, but they're not Frosties. But I'll take it. Do you know what? I don't ask for a lot in life, and if I spend a little bit more on my cereal, it's okay. I can treat myself to that. But yeah, they're all right. They ain't Frosties. So plan for this morning is eat this, hair and makeup, sort meals out for today, and for tomorrow. We're coming back at probably about 7 p.m. tomorrow, so I could make up my creamy for tomorrow evening and probably eat at like 9 o'clock. So that's one less meal to take with me. Sort Maggie out, pack Maggie up. Not in a bag. But yeah, I'm gonna eat this and then jump in the shower. Well, not jump, because I'll probably slip. Okay, it's about 20 to 12. I have roughly done my hair. I'll zhuzh it up when I get there. Done my makeup bar, my lipstick, which will also need a bit of a blot when I get there. However, this is what I've been doing for the last half an hour. No excuses. Meals for tomorrow, meals for the rest of the day, including bits of Biscoff, peanut butter, dark chocolate, a couple of those, jellies if I need them, tomorrow, supplements, pump up for my photo shoot, a couple of naughty pump up sweeties for my photo shoot, and yeah, decanted some protein, like everything's good and ready. We are literally coming home at about 7 p.m. tomorrow. Sometimes I wonder whether I should have got into like golf. Good morning, it's Saturday. Fucking hell, my hair is enormous. I'm looking incredibly made up for what is a very quick trip to the Trafford Centre. I forgot my makeup remover last night and I used my mother-in-law's and it was excellent, but what it has done is stripped the tan off my face, so my face is white and everything else is really tanned. So I was like, shit. Also, I forgot the box that my eyelashes came in and I want to reuse them, so I figured the best way to make sure that I don't ruin them in getting them home is to put them on my face. But anyway, it's Saturday. Yesterday was absolutely mental. I didn't cover half of what I wanted to as like a behind the scenes of my photo shoot because we were half an hour late getting there. Never mind starting, but getting there. We left the house at 12. We didn't get there until 3:30. The traffic was mental. There were accidents everywhere. I'd given myself an extra 45 minutes. More than that. Yeah, it was nearer 50 minutes, 55 minutes, an hour, you know, to account for things like accidents, traffic, blah, blah, blah. Did we still get caught up in it? Yes. And I was rushing when I got there, but fuck me, it was amazing. It was insane. I've never felt that good about myself ever. Like in how I look. I looked a lot softer in the midsection than, you know, stage day, which was inevitable in even week 1 of my reverse. And that was a little bit sad. I think maybe when I compete again, I will do a fitness shoot closer to show day, maybe even the same weekend as one of my shows, just so that I get that tight look. But so many of the shots that Eddie showed me, I was like, oh my God, that is me. That's me. And that is just an amazing feeling. And he did such a good job. He was so professional. I've had really bad experiences post-shoot before, not actually on shoot, but post-shoot before. And he is the utmost, most professional photographer I've, ever, you know, worked with. I know that's a very small pocket of people, but second to none. The studio was amazing. There were so many different things that we could utilize as well. There was a motorbike that I got on and I was like, who the fuck do I think I am? But anyway, so after that last night, we were rushing again. I haven't even had chance to get back to the girls. I messaged them and said, can I do this tomorrow? I've just got back to the house. It's 7 and we've got a dinner reservation at 7:45 and I look like a photo shoot. So I need to do that today and catch up, but I'm just at the Trafford because when in Manchester and I need stuff, I might as well just quickly nip to the Trafford, which I'm going to do. It's absolutely pissing it down, so I've picked a great time to do it. It's a way that I get my steps in whilst also getting some jobs done, and it's only 20 minutes away from Andy's family's home, so it's a good way of doing it. Last night I felt a little bit naughty because when I spoke with Amy about having an off-plan meal, I said, you know, I'll get a steak and chips and whatever. And I had a pizza. It's not really all that naughty. Amy's concern with me at the moment, it's not a concern with me particularly, but concerns around the reverse is, can any foods trigger any binge eating? Because binge eating is the thing that fucks up a reverse. And yesterday I had my pump up sweets for my photo shoot, just in between shots, and whilst I was doing that, there weren't many of them in there particularly. I had my pizza. I took out a meal for that. I actually ended up taking out 2 meals because I had a little bit of calamari as well. The second meal that I took out was my oats, whey, peanut butter and dark chocolate. So that's the meal that I took away. However, what I did do is I just had the 20 grams of dark chocolate as like a pudding and like a little sweet treat, and that was enough. That was enough. I didn't have a dessert when I was at the restaurant. I just had my 20 grams of dark chocolate when I got home, and I felt satisfied with that. I'm very pleased with how I handled yesterday. It wasn't what I set out to do, but I don't feel this urge that I know that other competitors have, food focus wise, to go off the rails and have everything because they can. That is just not how I've ever played a reverse, and it's not what I feel like doing. It's just not what I feel like doing. So I feel very fortunate that that's the mindset at the moment. Could all change, but highly doubt it, just because it's how I've felt on prep as well. Like, I'm not a gorge on sweet things and highly calorific things. So fingers crossed that remains. Gonna get in there, grab my shit, and then get back and do my check-ins, which I'm patting my bag because my coach phone is in my bag. And yeah, I'm just gonna chill today. I actually ended up getting about 15,000 steps in yesterday. So whilst I am gonna have a walk around and get some steps in here, I'm not killing myself to get them because I was over yesterday and I was over on Thursday. So I'll probably end up getting 5,000 in here, which is enough for today. I do feel like getting back into the swing of cardio now that I'm feeling less tired and more refreshed. Like today I woke up and I was like, I feel good. I feel like I could get some cardio in tomorrow, so I'll probably do that after my leg session. But yeah, it's gonna be a chill day and I'm looking forward to it. Good morning, it is Sunday and today's a good day. I've just had a good lower session. I didn't film it all because I had so many people coming up to me and congratulating me on not just last weekend but my season on the whole, and I just, by the end of it, I was just crying. I think it's starting to sink in now a little bit of just it's hard, isn't it, when you start cracking on with your reverse and you're just trying to pull away from dieting and chasing the condition. You don't stop and think, and I always tell other people to stop and soak up their achievements and like enjoy the view from the top for a bit, and I never do that myself. And yeah, that was really, really nice, but it completely threw me off. So I filmed a little bit of my leg session. When I got to the point where I was emotional, I just stopped, trained some delts, trained some abs, and just did a bit of a walk for half an hour. I still haven't got into my cardio. I'm not concerned about it, but I'm just, it's because it's optional. I'm like, well, no, I'm going to spend half an hour getting my steps in instead, because I'd rather do that. And then, you know, edit and do some shopping and stuff on my phone at the same time. Oh well. Right, it was an all right session. And this morning I've woken up at 59.85 kilo, which was the same weight that I weighed in at on Friday before my photo shoot. So I had an off-plan meal, no change. So I'm very happy with that. I also this morning have cut off, I don't know whether you can tell, I've cut this jumper into a crop because I got a gnarly stain down it because I am disgusting and it wouldn't come out. So I've now got a crop jumper, which I much prefer. So this is your sign to go and cut all of your clothes up. Today we are having a date day. We're going to the cinema later to watch the new Final Destination movie. So we're looking forward to that. staying on plan throughout the day. No, it's just another reverse day. I won't take any sweeties to the cinema. If I did, I would get like my little pump up tub. Buzzing to get my photo shoot shots back. The proofs should come through today so that I can have a look at them. And I think that will be another like fucking hell, sit down, look at this moment. But today I want to sort out some clothes. I want to sort out some makeup, bin some stuff, sack some stuff off. I want to do a smoky gold eye look. I have to get a bit of a portfolio together for makeup. I've been asking like the kind of looks that people want to see, and smoky gold silvers was up there. So I'm going to do that for our cinema date. Andy's going to see me looking made up over the next few weeks whilst I just get a few pictures and things together. I'm going to do those bits at home, but first I'm going to do a food shop. I'm going to go to Boots to buy a new electric toothbrush because I fucking left mine in Manchester. That is Sunday. It's going to be nice, and it's a kind of nice day too. So maybe a little drink on the Brayford as well. Obviously mine will be a Coke Zero. I've just finished my gold smoky eye practice, which is probably a bit much for the cinema, but it's fine. It turned out quite good. I've just also nipped out to pick up some ice because yesterday when I was at the Trafford Centre, I grabbed the new Nespresso limited edition pistachio vanilla iced coffee, and I'm going to go and make one for me and my husband. I'm excited to try it. I think it's going to be decent. I also picked up a Vinted parcel because I got in a dark sport hole and picked up a little vest for a tenner. They're about $50. Very pleased with myself. We are back from the cinema. It was everything that we thought it would be, and we really enjoyed it. Like, Final Destination films are Final Destination films. You know what you're getting, don't you? It was really good, and we are just back now. We had a very, very quick pistachio and vanilla iced coffee before we left. Wow, new favourite. Looking forward to having more of those over the summer. I'm just making the most of this slight food bump in my oats that I got on Thursday after my check-in. Nothing crazy significant, just adding an extra 20 grams in here so that it's not like making a bowl of poverty oats. Like, we're not in a position where I need to be having 30 grams of oats for a meal. So 50 grams of oats in here. There's 20 grams of dark chocolate. There is 10 grams of peanut butter because I'm going to put 10 grams with my creamy in a little while. Either Biscoff or peanut butter. It'll probably be Biscoff. And yeah, we're just settling down for a nice evening together. But first week of reverse has gone well. I've obviously had my off-plan meal on Friday night. Took a little pot of sweeties to the cinema. And yeah, I'm quite happy at the moment. There's no desire to binge. There's no extreme hunger. I think I'm very, very fortunate. But I think the reason why I'm not struggling so much is because my calories were so high and I just didn't realise. I cannot believe that we've managed to get me in the condition that we have on the calories that I've been on. It's remarkable, really, from Amy.
Maggie, come.
Maggie's about to have a bath. Yeah, fair play to her. I think the rest of the evening it will be spent settled down. I filed my nails down earlier, but I might file them into more of a coffin shape and put a different colour on them. Yeah, just chill. Just chill. There's nothing that I need to be doing right now. Which feels bizarre.